You know Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. I didn't realize, so to be completely frank, I didn't realize Dr. Phil was willing to stand on business like this.
He's changed his tone in the past couple years.
Well, courtesy of Colin Rugg, I think Cole has the clip. It's about a minute clip of the Dr. Phil torching the ladies on The View on their stance on COVID.
Finally.
And the same agencies that knew that are the agencies that shut down the schools for 2 years. Who does that? Who takes away the support system for these children? Who takes them away and shuts it down? And by the way, when they shut it down, they stopped the mandated reporters from being able to see children that were being abused and sexually molested, and in fact sent them home and abandoned them to their abusers with no way to watch, and referrals dropped 50 to 60%. So
there was also a pandemic going on. They were trying to save
kids' lives. Remember, we know a lot of folks who died during this. So it wasn't, people weren't laying around eating bond, but, well, you know what? We're lucky. Maybe we're lucky they didn't, because we kept them out of the places that they could be sick, because no one wanted to believe we had an issue.
Are you saying no school children died of COVID?
I'm saying it was the safest group. They were the less vulnerable group, and they suffered and will suffer more from the mismanagement of COVID than they will from the exposure to COVID. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact.
Look at the words. What did he say? They suffered and will suffer more from the mismanagement of COVID than they will from the exposure to COVID. What a bar.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of kids fell so far behind academically.
Yeah.
And then he touched on some other things just about kids who don't have the best home life as another concept. But I mean, are we still all thinking that, like, the COVID and the COVID vaccine and all that stuff was legit? I mean, the studies say otherwise. From Harvard, from MIT, are all coming out and saying that is actually not true. That the medicine, the cure, was actually worse than the actual exposure to the quote-unquote terrible disease. Mind you, I never got
the yak. You never got the yak?
Never got pinned, and have yet to get it. And I am regularly around spaces where I should get it, or people who have it. So,
yeah.
But what do I know? I just have a degree in physiology, studied immunology. I'm not a doctor, so apparently I can't have opinion on this. But hey, if you're on The View, you can.
Look, I'm not a doctor either, and
I just stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
But the take on far less about the COVID. Why I think it's such a viral clip. Having 11 million views. I think it has very little to do with the subject matter, because COVID really isn't even our sort of topic spectrum right now.
It's somebody punching the View in the mouth.
Someone swinging back.
Yeah. Saying, what are you going to do to me?
Yeah.
What do you say to me? You guys think that you can just say whatever you want? Nobody's going to challenge you ever?
Yeah.
So he did it in a public format on their platform.
Yeah. And truthfully, like, there wasn't anything that they could say. If you watch the rest of it, there was nothing that they could say at the break to commercial, there was nothing else to say. But that's what we have to see. That's why the importance of standing on it, whether you're a Dr. Phil, a doctor, or a doctor of business, aka an entrepreneur, CEO.
Right.
Stand on it. And he wasn't being rude. He just was unwavering on, like, this is the facts. This is not an opinion.
Correct.
And you'll win people over like that. And so it might take some time. It might take you to where you're past 40.
Yeah. It's true, though. I mean, you care a lot more what people think in your 20s. Mm-hmm. It starts to diminish a little bit in your 30s. And then as you get to your 40s, you're just like,
yeah,
some will, some won't.
So what?